Всем здравствуйте. Что дальше?
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on. Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location. There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find. Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
Now signed on, which means that as of this moment, we are all citizens of the new California Republic. I'm sure that's going to take some...
People always hoping for something better. They usually end up with something worse.
What a joke.
What's it mean, Mom?
Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
Teacher at school said the NCR would bring back the good old days, like before the big war.
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop singing you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough. You're the man of the family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy. And all that on the radio, all useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hands. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise. I won't let you down.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for.
Хотя
There
бы
appears to be
дает понимание.
another intact memory close to you in temporal
А там
sequence.
какой-то человек-робот был раньше.
Try that one.
Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did.
Да, ну-ка я тебе по жопе дам.
Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole.
Turn down the goddamn...
Dad was either drunk or not around. I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. It doesn't matter now, though.
Radio. I'm trying to sleep.
Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her
Всем
more than
привет,
a few
напрыгнувший.
beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then.
Что Fallout 4 сейчас по скидке продается.
means that as of this moment, we are all citizens of the new California Republic. I'm sure that's going to take some getting used to.
Если что, мы в воспоминаниях. Типа это нейроны в мозгу, мы по ним ходим.
gonna be fine. The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. You focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand that's what happiness felt like.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah, you gotta give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kind of green.
I know, but that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
Well, they sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe. I promise.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
We are. You'll see.
Нормально он ствол в карман спрятал.
That's okay. I got her. Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second.
Let's keep looking.
I was the worst
I'll
thing
connect
that
you
ever
to the
happened
next
to her.
intact memory.
If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer.
Грустненько. В принципе, если поднапрячься, то по этой игре, вот по таким переводам можно английский учить. Так что если врубаться, что он там говорит.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
Видимо, его семью убили, пока он где-то был. Это банда.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself.
С этими бродягами, видимо, делюга была.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me.
Oh, we'll pay you.
And you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job's done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
Что произошло? Такие флешбеки, что непонятно, о кого речь идет. Про него или
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
столкал бедон?
So, you're with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do.
Интересное сообщение.
If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748. Initiate. Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis suspended.
Vault computers are still working. That's good. Checking through the logs. Hopefully it's all...
Just find it.
Pod C6. Down the hall near the end.
Я? Давай, жена.
I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. They didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really.
This is the one.
Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long. Oh, I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but,
Ты хочешь что у нас? Хочешь подышать?
I never liked to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive.
Is it over? Are we okay?
Almost. Everything's gonna be fine.
Come here. Come here. No, I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm on. How's now the Institute's main op? The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me. And I made sure they knew it. I'm gonna tell them once.
I'm not giving you Sean!
God damn it. Get the kid out of here and let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
What's the holdup?
I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready. Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think.
This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up. It wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long.
Kellogg.
It's okay. One of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Bye.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute.
Ну, а
because
прическа
there is
как
no
у меня.
entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready. Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
I have this burning feeling inside my skull. It's like it's on fire.
That's not surprising. All the synapses in your brain have just been pulled apart, connected to someone else, and then pulled back together. I injected you with a large stim pack while I was pulling you out. That should ease things. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
I saw Kellogg's life. The man who ruined my family. The man I killed.
That's right. He was a human being just like the rest of us, and he had reasons for being what he was, however cruel. How does that make you feel?
I'm not sure, Doctor.
I don't know if there's any right way to feel, either. We're getting off track. The important thing is that we discovered the Institute's greatest secret, teleportation. The only question is, what do we do now?
That scientist Kellogg was supposed to track down. Virgil. We need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there. Not even if they were desperate.
That's why he's there. To make the Institute think twice about following him.
That must be it. He's using the radiation in the glowing sea like a shield or a cloak, a way to throw them off and be at an advantage. If Virgil found a way to survive there, you'll have to do the same. If you're going to follow him.
How do I fight that much radiation, Doctor?
There are chemical compounds. Rad-X, Radaway. You'd need as much as you could carry. Maybe more. A sealed environment suit would be great, if you could find one. Or maybe one of those suits of power armor. That would be perfect.
I'll find a way to get through the rads. Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Hey.
What is it?
Hey there.
What's in your mind?
Just wanted to check in. See how you feel things are going between us.
I don't know if you care about me, or if you just want to use me to soak up the bullets for you. I guess only time will tell.
Your thoughts?
Riding around inside Kellogg's memories must have been fun. Was he just as much of an arsehole when he was young? Or did he grow into the job?
I think it's about time we called it quits.
I'll head out. But I'm not gonna lie to you and say I'm happy about it. If you change your mind, you know where to find me.
Hey.
Ready to head back out?
That depends. How are you feeling?
I dunno. Feeling kinda useless sitting here with me thumb up me arse. So, are you ready to get this show on the road?
Ready.
Good. Then let's get moving.
Amari,
Be careful of the radiation. The glowing sea isn't a place to be caught unprepared.
Yes.
Reading that now? Really?
Wars with wits.
The memory den's not accepting new clients right now, sweetheart.
Nick.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. That was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
Kellogg? Is that you?
What? What are you talking about?
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Huh. Mari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going. Or I could head back to Diamond City, since you've got company already.
Let's get going, Nick.
Been one heck of a ride so far. Let's see where it takes us next. Hey, let me ask you something.
Can we talk later?
Later, yeah, we can do this later. You good to keep going?
Hey!
I don't sleep or eat. Hey, let me ask you something.
Sure, ask away.
It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Huh. You're tougher nut than I thought. Tougher than I was. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point. And folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
Massacre of the CPG? What's that?
The Commonwealth Provisional Government. Years back, a group of settlements tried to get together and form a coalition. Every settlement with even a hint of clout sent representatives to try and hash out an agreement. Only the Institute sent a representative of their own. A synth. The man killed every rep at the talks. The Commonwealth Provisional Government was over before it even got off the ground. I took up in town not long after. I was damn lucky they didn't just tell me to scram right then and there.
Она мяукала, мяукала.
Broken mask?
This was long before I'd moved to town, but apparently some gentleman type shows up in Diamond City, heads down to Power Noodles. Guess he didn't like the food because he pulled his pistol and opened fire on the folks enjoying theirs. When security finally put enough holes in him to drop him, they say he was full of servos and sprockets, just like yours truly. Seems he malfunctioned, went berserk. It was the first time people realized that synths had stopped looking like me and started looking like them. Considering what these folks went through, I felt real lucky they let me in the front gate at all.
Why would you want to live among bigots like that?
Nah, I couldn't really blame them, given the circumstances. But folks sure started turning the other cheek when I showed up with the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd, known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing, just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero, offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested and said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
You took down 4 guys by yourself?
Well, I didn't have to. Back then, synths were even more of an unknown quantity than they are today. I told them I was rigged to explode and started going beep, beep, beep. Hardest part of that rescue was keeping from laughing as they climbed over each other to get away.
Was it hard settling in?
Yeah, they sure didn't make it easy. I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the synth, but it was Nick the detective folks came to see. It was about then that things finally started feeling normal. It took me a long time to realize that home is where you make it. And with some time and effort, this place can be home for you, too. That's a long story, but I hope it helps. Want to get moving? Good Neighbor. Lowest place in the Commonwealth. Everything not nailed down rolls through here at some point.
Smell that? That's freedom. Buddy, I need to be a lot more high or a lot more drunk to be bothered right now.
If you're sticking around, you'll need to join a crew. I hear Bobby No-Nose is looking. Always a catch with the No-Nose, but she pays.
Hey.
Do something for you?
Like Savvy, too.
Sure as hell didn't act like him. Institute thinks they can replace people.
Can't believe
with
Hancock
synths.
breezed on Finn.
Finn had it coming. You get on the mayor's bad side, you know what's gonna happen. Yeah?
Hey, just your friendly neighborhood watch. Shooting down Institute spies as they crop up.
Yeah?
dare you?
We need the key.
Thanks.
Anybody now?
Страшно.
So, Shem drowned, had himself bit.
Что-то на нас качает.
Buried with all his treasure. Guess some people.
Hell yeah.
People just can't let go.
Зачем? Интересная весьма игра. Ну, в нее вникать надо обратно, я, наверное, год не играл, полгода. Давно, в общем. Я тебя даже не трогал, дурак.
Heard you're responsible for that new coat of green on the wall. Looks nice.
Где его хата?
You know what you're looking for? We have everything.
Huh?
Hi.
Well, look who's back. Still got another case if you're interested. Tracking down one Earl Sterling. Nick, where did you leave that one? I can't seem to find it.
On the desk. About time Earl finally got his due.
Always a trail to be followed. The Earl Sterling case. Apparently Earl just up and disappeared one day.
Excellent.
No one's seen him since.
I've been meaning to put Earl's case to bed for a while now. Glad you're up for it. So, what's your take on the case, Ellie?
On Earl? Well, he didn't have any enemies, that's for sure. Someone would have to notice you're alive first.
And Earl didn't exactly have the charisma to inspire any crimes of passion. What's that leave us?
I don't know, Nick. It can't be the Institute, right?
I guess we'll just have to see.
Heads up.
I'll see what I can do.
No, I always got the sense Earl was interested in me. Figures you'd be the one to run off.
Да уйди ты, жопа толстая. Я тебе... Зараз.
Oh, wow. You're tall.
Everyone in this city's always jumping at shadow. Chill out is what I say.
Anyone knew Earl better than these folks? Gotta ask around, see what people know.
That's like 2 out of 10 points of danger tops. You want to talk something good.
I forgot you were there. What is it?
You know what? Never mind. I'll handle it myself.
Death claws where the real danger is. Don't try to outrun it. Just get something solid between you and it, then pray. Maybe I should just go. Leave. Might be better than going to sleep every night wondering if I'm gonna be there when I wake up.
Leave the wall? What are you, nuts? You wouldn't last an hour out there. I'll take my...
Ever seen a mire lurk? Think a crab, crossed with a tank, with a bad hangover.
Valentine?
How's it going?
Ever been up in the stands? Let's just say they can afford a lot of clothes. Need new clothes? Should stop by Fallett's basement. Open during the day.
See this bar? I killed a man for it. No, I kid.
Earl Sterling used to work here.
Poor Earl. Gone just like that. Such a good bar. You with Valentine's detective agency? Well, I hope you find out what happened. Now, let me pour you a drink. Come on.
Let's see what you got.
Music to my ears.
Check out the living room. Must be some hint where that boy ran off to. You know, for all the talk, I'd put the chances of this being an Institute snatch job somewhere between 0 and none. Just think about it. Earl Sterling, local assistant bartender? Why not have the bartender himself? Lord knows Vadim samples his own wares enough that some weird behavior wouldn't make anyone bat an eyelash. Nothing over here. And Earl had lousy people skills. Might score the Institute some... From the mega surgery center, huh? what the good doctors have to say about that.
Doctor?
New patient. A new file to open. Do you have a legitimate...
Patch me up, Doc.
What's feeling off today? What can you tell me?
Got roughed up.
I've seen worse. Better stitch you up before infection sets in, though. Done. Now, was there anything else bothering you?
No, we're done.
All right. Don't ruin my hard work by dying out there.
Doc.
This better be an emergency.
Do you know anything about this receipt?
Let me see. This is Dr. Crocker's deplorable handwriting, all right. Looks like Earl Sterling was one of his patients. The procedure noted here is mundane, low-risk cosmetic work. Dr. Crocker never performed it, however. Said Earl vanished before he paid. Now, I must insist we talk about your medical needs.
Where is Doc Crocker?
I'm a doctor, not a secretary. I'm sure he'll be around eventually. Now, let's get back to talking about your medical needs.
Not today.
Let me know if that changes.
There's an awful lot of blood leading into the surgery center basement. Should try and find a way down there.
Found.
There's an awful lot of blood leading into the surgery center basement.
Алиса, ну-ка
Should try
отстань.
and find a way down
Алиса.
You think this is the best way to proceed?
A lot of blood leading into the surgery center basement. Should try and find a way down there. Got it.
Anyone asks, just say you lost your keys.
You've really been a handful, you know.
Doctor.
Oh, naughty, naughty. You're not supposed to be down here, but that's okay. I can fix that. I can fix anything.
What did you do to Earl Sterling, Doctor?
What did I do? I didn't do anything. It was Earl. It was Earl who didn't want to be happy. Good patients get a nice new face. Bad patients bleed all over the floor because they want to screw up their surgeon's life.
So you were performing surgery, and Earl didn't make it. Is that it?
I might have had just a bit of jet before operating. So I nipped a few arteries I shouldn't have. Who hasn't? But I'm a problem solver, you see. I knew if Earl disappeared, Everyone would just think the Institute took him.
Oh, screw this. Say hi to Earl for me.
Can fix anything.
What's going on here? Is that Dr. Crocker?
Looks like it'll be a closed casket funeral.
I think you owe me an explanation. What happened here?
Doc Crocker killed Earl Sterling. He was gonna kill me, too.
Dr. Crocker killed Earl? The facial reconstruction. So he really did go through with it. That explains a lot more than I'm comfortable with. Dr. Crocker always cared about his reputation, but this isn't human. One too many head wounds, I see. Should be fixable. One too many head wounds, I see. Should be fixable. Are you hard of hearing? We can take a look at that. One too many head wounds, I see. Should be fixable.
You didn't know. It's not your fault.
Of course it's not my fault. That moron and his damn appearance over practice mentality. Now 2 lives have been lost. It's disgraceful. I better report all this to security.
You got a piss-poor negotiation style, you know that?
I'm in city surplus. Open 24 hours.
Hanging out with Valentine, huh? Good for you. Nikki's good people. Ah, you know what I mean.
open at night. Diamond City surplus is always open. Need the train. They're always open.
Guess we ought to give her the news.
So, you two find out where Earl Sterling ran off to?
Earl never went anywhere. Doc Crocker killed him during a botched surgery.
Crocker killed Earl? Gone as long as he was, I figured maybe...
It was either him or us.
Goodness. Here, take this. I'll send word along. Let everyone down at the dugout. Thanks again for closing.
Uh-huh. Ellie?
Did you ever find what Marty was looking for? That man didn't get out of bed for free.
Hey.
There's something you need?
Nick.
Go ahead.
Your thoughts?
Who do you think actually won?
That's all.
Well, all right.
Ellie?
Guess it's good I never visited Doc Crocker to get that touch-up I pointed out.